COPWATCH, policing the police every single day.
We start with new details in the death of a Chanhassen teenager. He was shot and killed by police outside his home this afternoon. Danny Spiewak is here with what we're learning tonight. Danny?
Well, Randy, the state's Bureau of Criminal Apprehension is now leading this investigation, and the BCA identified the victim as a 16-year-old. And tonight, his Minnetonka High School lacrosse teammates have identified him on Twitter as Archer Amorosi.
He is armed with knives and a baseball bat and has threatened to suicide by cop.
KARE 11 News obtained police radio audio from Broadcastify. We have condensed that audio over a period from 10:02 a.m. to 10:23 a.m., according to Broadcastify's log. The audio describes a tense scene on Oriole Avenue after a woman called 911 to report her son was threatening her.
We've reached the service door to the garage. We're going to try to get the female out.
The BCA says Carver County deputies tased the 16-year-old on scene. Then the BCA says 2 deputies fired their weapons at him.
Shots fired, shots fired. Ambulance code 3. Shots fired down.
The BCA says he died at the scene. His name was Archer Amorosi, according to lacrosse teammates who described him in a tweet as high energy, funny, and loving. A coach told us he also played football and would have been a junior this year at Minnetonka High School. The BCA says an autopsy is pending.
He's my son.
A man who identified himself on scene as the father says the 16-year-old struggled with mental health issues. He says the family tried to call a crisis hotline and police a day earlier on Thursday.
And I said, here's what happens. And I explained how he gets angry. And I said he has peaks and valleys.
Then the family called police again on Friday.
My ex-wife called them because they said if they came back, they would take him in for an evaluation. They said they wouldn't ask questions. Instead, they killed him. They killed him. 16-year-old Minnetonka boy.
One deputy involved was also taken to the hospital for injuries and later released from the hospital. Both officers involved are on administrative leave, and Randy, we're told that is standard practice.
And we don't know at this time exactly why he was shot after he was tased. Is that right? We don't know the circumstances there.
The BCA did not have a press conference this evening, so they haven't really been able to answer any questions about that and didn't mention anything about that in the statements.
All right. Thank you, Danny.
Family calls for help with suicidal child, cops show up and kill him. A family friend claimed that the boy was unarmed when he was shot and killed by police officers who promised his parents they would help the suicidal teen. By Rachel Blevins, July 15, 2018. Chanhassen, MN, a family is devastated after they called the police to help their 16-year-old son and the officers who responded shot and killed him instead, highlighting an ongoing trend in which the officers who promised to serve and protect their community are taking the lives of its most vulnerable members. Archer Amorosi was killed on Friday morning after his parents reached out to the same police officers who said they would help with no questions asked, as the teenager was battling mental health issues, and appeared to be suicidal. His father told KARE 11 News that the family called a crisis hotline and the police on Thursday, and then called the police again on Friday, which resulted in the fatal encounter. My ex-wife called them because they said if they came back they would take him in for an evaluation. They said wouldn't ask questions. Instead, they killed him, his father said. It is unclear whether there is video footage of the shooting, as reports claim that the Carver County Sheriff's Office does not use body cameras. However, the scene may have been recorded by the dash camera on one of the squad cars. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, BCA, agency is already attempting to defend the unnamed officers responsible for Amorosi's death, by claiming that the deputies used a taser on the teenager before 2 of them opened fire with their guns. Amorosi was pronounced dead at the scene, and while reports claim that police were called after he threatened his mother with knives and a baseball bat, a family friend told the Free Thought Project that Amorosi was unarmed, and was killed because he tried to get up off of the ground. My daughter spoke directly with a close friend of the mother of Archer. The mom specifically told her that he was unarmed, that they shot him for trying to get back up, the friend said. While the public waits for more details to be released, the community is heartbroken, and the Associated Press reported that distraught relatives were openly crying in the driveway of the home, and that people coming and going from the home said they were friends and classmates of the teen but declined to comment until the family had decided to do so. Amorosi was preparing to start his junior year at Minnetonka High School, where he was an active member of the student body and he played football and lacrosse. The school's principal, Jeff Erickson, released a statement via email sharing his condolences regarding the devastating loss of the young student. It has been widely reported in the local media that MHS incoming junior, Archer Amorosi, passed away Friday, Erickson wrote. This situation is heartbreaking, and I want to extend my thoughts and prayers to Archer's parents and family, his friends, and the entire Minnetonka High School community. I know this situation is particularly devastating to those of you who knew Archer well. View image on Twitter. View image on Twitter. Minnetonka HS Lax. At MHS Lax Capts. Rest easy Archer Blue Heart. 5:04 p.m., July 13, 2018. 423. 84 people are talking about this. Twitter adds info and privacy. As shocking and heartbreaking as this loss is, it is, unfortunately, not uncommon in the United States. Even if the boy had threatened to take his own life at one point, his life was ultimately taken by the officers who were supposed to help him and to talk him down off of the ledge. View image on Twitter. View image on Twitter. Carvon T. Gurley. At Gurley Carvon. Today I lost a brother, downcast face with sweat. I was just talking to Archer the other day and we was talking about the good times we had during football. This day came too early, man, face palming, medium dark skin tone, downcast face with sweat. Long live Archer. A July 13, 18 raising hands, medium dark skin tone. Love you Boa, watch over us, folded hands, medium dark skin tone. At Archer Amorosi. 6:12 p.m., July 13, 2018. 67. See Carvon T. Gurley's other tweets. Twitter adds info and privacy. As the Free Thought Project has reported, while police officers receive extensive training on how to accurately fire their weapons, they often receive very little training on how to handle mentally ill individuals, or how to de-escalate situations where a person claims to be suicidal. In the case of Archer Amorosi, many of the details are still unclear, and it remains to be seen whether the public will be able to see the video footage of the shooting, or whether the officers responsible will be held accountable for their actions. Spread the love. Police use who may want to retaliate against him physically.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I just wanted you to know that I am using this stuff under fair use. And also remember to like and subscribe this channel. Also too, keep in mind I do not make any money on YouTube. This is 5 hours work a day, you know, fighting for freedom. And you can donate with PayPal and Patreon. I just want you to think about this. If everybody gives to PayPal and Patreon, Patreon is every month. Actually, PayPal you can do every month. I have 12,000 subscribers. If everybody gives, I can quit my regular job and go full-time investigations on Charlotte County, and possibly even more and beyond. So just keep that in mind. If everybody helps out, I can go full-time doing this. Thanks.